Good morning, Facebook family and friends, and my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today, it is Friday, November 10th, the year is 2017. I did 3 videos about this, about human sexuality, particularly when it comes to relations to bisexual and gay black men. I'm doing this for our race, black people, because I'm trying to help us to understand something that's all around us and has been for centuries. I'm not trying to tear down the black race, because some people say, you're trying to tear down black men. No. I want you to use this brain. I'm going to show you something. If you're basing human sexuality on this book, you are a fool. This is not real. This book has nothing to do with human sexuality. This is a man-made book written by men, not God. God has nothing to do with any of these religious organizations on planet Earth. Whether it is a Christian religion, Jewish religion, Muslims, they are all false and man-made. Do you understand this? All of them are fake. This is fake. And if you're basing your life about human sexuality and an understanding of human sexuality on this fake book, you are being misled. Now, human sexuality is determined at birth. I did a video about there's a large group of black men who are gay or bisexual. So imagine a chart. You'd have straight, you'd have bisexual, you'd have gay. The extremes. I fall into the extreme of gay. I'm gay. I'm not bisexual. I'm not straight. I never fit into those 2 categories. So imagine, like I said, a chart. Black would be over here, saying, straight, let's say this is straight section. In the middle would be a gray section. We say bisexuality, which can be any damn thing. And then sexuality. Then we have the gay section, which is a whole plethora of other things too, gay men. I fall into the gay men section. But that gray section in the middle is what I'm talking about. There are large groups of African American black gay men who fall in that gray section. That's not nothing bad. That's not nothing harmful. That's just the truth about it all. I can talk about what it's like to be a black man, because I've lived in America as a black man. I've lived all over the United States. People say I done lived everywhere. I've traveled all over the place. I've spent my entire life around black men. I know what I'm talking about. I knew I was gay when I was in preschool. I knew then. One of my best friends in preschool, his name was Derek. He's deceased now. He became one of the first guys I dated when I moved to the Atlanta area. We knew each other from preschool. Derek saw me walking across a parking lot into a gay club, and he screamed out my name. He recognized me. I didn't know from across the parking lot. I walked over, and it was like it's Derek from Gary, Indiana. And we met that day, and we had a very relationship. But our relationship started back in preschool. Me and Derek were friends up to the point where I left Gary, Indiana, probably about when I was about the 7th or 8th grade, 9th grade. I moved from Gary, Indiana, to Michigan, and then my mother moved us all over the damn place with her crazy religious beliefs. That's another fucking video. But anyway, human sexuality cannot be explained through this book. So you all need to stop basing your thoughts and opinions about that through false religion. Because that's all fake. None of that shit is real. What I'm discussing is real. Now, I said that some women should consider, because there's such a plethora of men out here who fall in the straight category, the bisexual, or the gay category. Men who fall in the bisexual or the straight category, some women are ruling out the people who are in the bisexual category and say, I don't want nothing to do with him. And that's not right or fair to him. Because he really could love. I have a friend of mine. The reason why I'm doing this video is because a friend of mine came over here last night. He's 39 years of age. We've become very close over the past few years. Very, very, very close. And what you doing, ladies? We become very, very close friends, and he's married, but he's bisexual. And I've known this. I've known this for years. I'll take it back. Didn't know that originally, but I figured it out later on. Because he comes over, we talk all the time. Because he's in a situation where he loves his wife and children, loves them, takes care of them quite well. They live a wonderful life. But he's bisexual. So he has a partner that he sees. And his partner knows that he's married. Now, I will say this. It has taken me a long time to wrap my head around this, to try to get a better understanding of human sexuality, because we've all been denied an education as black folks in this country. If you're black and live in the United States of America, you've been denied an education. I don't care how many degrees you gang on the wall. These white folks have filled our head with all kinds of bullshit. So we got to wipe all this shit out of our minds and start thinking on our own and create our own logic and reasoning. Because we've been lied to, been deceived about a whole lot of shit for a long damn time. And it's creating a whole hell of a lot of ignorance in our community and destroying our communities. It's destroying the black community. Now, this dog is walking on the key to go out. Where's my key? Okay, let me let him out. Come here, Vegas. Get your ass out here. You walking too much for me. Out. Go to the bathroom. Get on out there. It's cold. I know it. Beat it. Anyway, for those of you looking, I did have my liposuction surgery. It came out very nice. I lost 6 inches in my waist. I'm happy with it. I ain't happy with this goddamn bill that showed up with it, though. I'm like, damn. If they heard and got that shit over to this damn front door, I can remember, I said, what is that? Heavy ass bill from that damn. But yeah, it came out. I'm happy with the results. I'm still suffering some swelling and stuff, but I lost 6 inches in my waist. So the problem I'm running into now is I can't fit any of my pants and clothes. So like my doctor suggested is before I go out and buy anything, I need to heal over the next few months. So when y'all see my pants sagging and hanging off, I'm not trying to sag. I just don't want to spend no money on altering and changing my clothes yet. So Will's going to go to Old Navy and give me some sweatpants. They cheap shit, man. I'm going to have to buy some cheap clothes that are smaller that fit me, because my waist size will continue to shrink as the swelling and stuff heals. But I like what I think it came out pretty decent. I can't complain. And it wasn't as painful as I thought it. The first week was painful. The first week was painful. The second week was not that painful. As a matter of fact, I stopped taking the pain pills. I haven't taken any of the pain pills, so I'm fine. It's healing. It's still bruises. You know, it's still healing. It's a healing process. That's been any surgery. So that's how that came out. But, come on here. My little children. I just want us to get a better understanding of human sexuality. My friend that's sitting here, he feels horrible sometimes because of his situation. He has no control over it. And I've explained to him, man, you don't control your sexuality no more than I control the color of my damn skin. So you have to understand who you are and accept it, but you got to wipe all this negativity out of your head that's been instilled in us and put in our heads and knocked in our head and hit across our head and hit across our head and hit across our head with this fake bullshit. You got to change that. Because if you look around at black America, we're going off a cliff here. And we got to turn this, we got to right this ship around and correct this stuff. We got too many problems here. This man is bisexual. He loves his wife. He takes care of his kids. They have a wonderful life together. What's the issue? Oh, he's bisexual. So they get a divorce and turn the family all upside down? This man has concerns here. He's tried to fight this for years. He's not losing. You can't fight something that's instilled in you. It's like trying to fight eating. You can't starve yourself to death. He loves his wife. They live together. They have a wonderful life. She does not know he's bisexual. When I first met this man, I didn't even know he was bisexual. I thought he was a straight guy. But we became very good friends, and we sit and we talk. Sometimes I'm like, nigga, you need to go your ass home. But I'm like a therapy session for him. And I keep telling him he is in some type of therapeutic session. But I think he needs more. intensive counseling that I can't provide. I can only tell you about my life. See, I've never really had a problem. I've never had a problem with my sexuality, even when I was a little kid, because I knew who I was and I just accepted it. And I didn't have anybody in my household whooping me with this damn Bible trying to beat the homosexual out of me. So that didn't happen where I lived at. They knew who I was and they accepted it. My father was like, okay, what can we do about this? You just gonna make sure you be a man and take care of yourself out there in the streets. It's never an issue. So, I know a lot of you all are growing up in some very ignorant environments. You may not even know these environments are ignorant. The stuff that I read sometimes on this YouTube channel, from the comments and stuff, I say, oh my God, this is starting to get, this is scary. And I hate to say this, but for a long time in my life, I've stayed away from a lot of black people because of this ignorance. I shunned them. I just couldn't tolerate it. I just don't want to be bothered with it. And you want to be a part of the black experience. You want to hang around your black brothers and sisters. You want to enjoy this stuff. But that ignorance is astounding to me, and it becomes stifling. We're not trying to expand our education on certain things and acceptance of certain stuff. We're stuck in a time warp that's hard to even understand. When I look at my family and friends and the things that they're going through, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, when will this change? It's getting worse. But we can't see it for some reason. Our communities are sliding off a cliff, but nobody's paying attention to this. It's been going on for a while now. The first thing we do to right this ship, you got to begin understanding and accepting human sexuality. I have tons of gay friends and bisexual friends who have children. I could have children. I don't want any, but I could. Some people say, oh, the black race is going to be destroyed by this. No, black folks been having, the black race ain't leaving planet Earth no time soon. There's going to be black folks for here for the next eternity. I can assure you of that. But what I'm discussing has been going on for centuries. This is not new. It's happened in Africa. If you do some research, you understand there were gays in Africa, in African tribes for centuries. It's not new. But because you've been lied to and deceived and lied to by so many people, from religious people to, you don't know the truth about who you are and why what you are. So, as I was sitting and talking to him last night, we were discussing this stuff and going over and over this stuff. I told him, man, you got to come to an agreement in your own mind that what you're doing is okay. You can't worry about what your wife thinks because she's ignorant. She doesn't know. You can't think about what your children think. You're trying to educate them and be more understanding of human sexuality because your father was not understanding of that. So now you're trying to educate your children that, human sexuality is not what people think. So you want to educate them so that the next generation understands this. Some people, I've been married for 20 years. Certain things I never helped her understand. He learned it all from his mother and father, grandparents or whatever. I can't do nothing about that mess. I can't change his thought process. So I told him, don't even try to change your wife's process. Just leave her out of it because she's not going to understand it. She's not going to understand it because she up here every Sunday. Being brainwashed by this nonsense. Every Sunday, I said, Lord, just the sound of it. Brainwashing ain't did us a bit of good. Black folks been doomed for centuries because of this mess. But y'all still chase behind it. You still love it. You still read it. You still believe it. You still think it's your life. You think everything about it is perfect. You think it's real. You think it's real. You think it's real. It's not. It is bullshit. And it's having a profound effect on our community. I always think, and I criticize my mother sometimes about this, and I really don't want, she didn't know any better. But she had her children in the Kingdom Hall on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday for hours. And it didn't do us any good. We didn't learn anything that we could use productively in our lives. Hours my mother had us involved in every week, like clockwork, and you had to go. What did it do? How did it help the family? It destroyed the family. Destroyed it. Thank God my father was not a religious person. Didn't believe in none of this nonsense. Thank goodness. Thank goodness and thank God. Whatever. I'm grateful that I grew up with a father who was not brainwashed by this nonsense. Thank goodness. Because a lot of black folks have. Mothers and fathers, everybody. I remember my grandmother reading this book. My aunt making us get up every day, studying it, prayers, all that stuff. None of this stuff turned out the way they wanted to be. None of it. None of it. None of it. We need to stop this foolishness. Some of you all might not like this video. I'm trying to educate you all about something very serious right now. We've got to stop. We are destroying our own community based off the principles in this book. Some of the stuff, some of the stuff is okay, but if you're basing human sexuality off of what's in this book, you're being misled. And you're going down a foolish path that's not going to end well. It never ends well. And I've had friends who have committed suicide because of their sexuality. And I never quite understood why they would do that. But as I've gotten older and I've learned to listen to people, they tell me about their life experience. When I was in prison in the early 90s, in 1990, 1991, I served time in prison. I would hear those guys and they said they hated their mothers. They hated them. And I was thinking, oh my God, how could you hate your mother? I love my mother. I was like, my mother's coming to see me every weekend. My mother's providing for me. She's taking care. I mean, I'm like, wow, how could you hate your mother? And I would hear this over and over. And then I started listening to them. And it didn't hit me 2 years later. These mothers were no good to these kids, these men that were in prison now. They were never there. Didn't feed them. Didn't house them. Didn't clothe them. Didn't do nothing for them. Their mothers were on drugs, out on the streets and ripping and running and doing this, chasing men. Brought these men into the world, young boys in the world, and tossed them onto the streets. They didn't grow up in an environment like I did. When I was in prison, I sat there, it was to be around all these men and to hear the stories of how they grew up with no food and no housing, no nothing. When I just sat there and I think my experience was completely different. I don't regret going to prison because it opened my eyes about what's really going on in our community. It took me years to accept this and hit me. When I look back and I said, you know what? Now I get it. Now I understand why I took that journey, because I had to take that journey so I could understand what's going on out here with our brothers and sisters. Because I understand it now. I have a clearer picture of what's going on. And if we don't make some things in this community, make some serious changes in how we view each other. Should a wife divorce her husband because he is bisexual or gay? If this man is providing her with all the essential things that she needs for life. She has a roof over her head, to provide housing, food, she has money, they live in a good life. But because this book says it's wrong for him to be bisexual or gay, but you know this book is false, and human sexuality ain't got shit to do with this damn book. Now, some people might say, well, there's diseases involved here. Disease. I am 47 years of age. I don't have any disease sitting over here right now. Anybody want to come with me? We can run right on up to the STD clinic, and I will get tested for every goddamn thing. I don't have anything. I've never had anything. Never. So you can't say that everybody running around here with a disease. That'd be false. Everybody gay ain't running around with a disease. There's a large group of gay men who have a disease, but not everybody. I've never had a venereal disease in my entire life. Somebody tell me, a venereal disease, that term is not politically correct anymore. I'm like, well, what is it? STD, STI? We're talking about all kinds of shit these damn days. It was VD when I was a kid. I, I've never had any of those issues in my entire life. I'm just trying to get y'all to understand human sexuality. Quit thinking I'm trying to tear down black men. I'm trying to tear the black police apart. Quit thinking negatively about something that's human. It's like looking at your skin and saying, I hate this black skin because white folks have told us being black is wrong. I love my black skin. Love it. But we've been taught forever that our skin was wrong. That's why black folks bleach their skin and did all this stuff so they can eliminate these white folks and their foolish behavior. But they've gotten into our brains about human sexuality. They've caused a whole hell of a lot of problems for black people. A whole hell of a lot of problems. And we have to change this. We have to change this whole direction of everything that we go on. This whole way that the ship is going, we got to turn this thing around and quick. Black women have got to learn to accept that there are bisexual and gay men out there who would make great husbands for their children and providers. It's okay. They can't continue to just sit and stare at this 99.9% straight men section, which it ain't that big, when you got this huge gray section of great individuals that can take care of their children, can provide for you, can do all kinds of stuff, that will love you and be with you forever. My friend that's over here, he's been married to his wife going on 20-something years. He has no intentions of leaving her. He loves her. I get it. I didn't understand it in the past. You know, I was ignorant about a whole lot of shit. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness with a crazy religious mother and a father who couldn't read nor write. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and make it seem as if things were so hunky-dory in my life that it wasn't. I didn't get the proper education I should have received. Education wasn't forced on us as children because of my mother's religious beliefs. Yes, we were taught to read and write so we could read this. Good as that had done us. It did us a bitter damn good. The religion is probably the most destructive force in the black community. It is probably the most destructive force in the entire black community because it has harmed us in so many ways that we don't even understand it. But we pile into these churches every Sunday. Screaming and shouting, praying Jesus, shooting and shouting, praying Jesus. Wasting our time. And we should be in schools, getting an education every Sunday. We should be educating our brothers and sisters about life, how to open a business, how to do something productive. Not just how to get into heaven and stay out of hell. While we living here on hell on earth. It doesn't make sense to me. It never has. Anyway, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Like I said, my thoughts continue changing because I'm listening to people. I'm reading the comments. I'm getting the emails. I'm getting the phone calls, the text messages. At one point in time, I was against gay men or bisexual men being with women. I've changed. Because I understand this is part of the human sexuality, the scope of human sexuality. And it's got to be something that, if we ever want to change something, that it's okay to accept. Like ringing this damn phone off the damn hook. Can you wait till this video is over with? Damn. Anyway, if you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. I want to hear you all's thoughts, but don't think I'm trying to tear down the black community, the black men and all this other stuff. I can only talk about my experience as a black man, black gay man, because I live in the black community. I don't know what's going on with white folks and Asians and Jews and all this other stuff. I don't know nothing about their communities. And what's going on. I can tell you all about the black community. I can tell you what it's like. I can tell you what's going on. Been walked this earth for 47 years. 47 years. I know I look 32. I'm 47. Anyway, I'm out of here. I can't wait to read the comments. You look 50, Walter. Before they're supposed to be coming my comment section with some nasty comments, I just delete them. They be tearing my ass up over here. I laugh. I sit back here, drink my tea, and laugh. And you did all that shit. I was in and type long, drawn out paragraphs. Halfway through, I said, okay, delete. And that was a waste of their typing. Do you think I was really going to post that on my? I control the comments in my comment section. Some of them I let through. I'm for everybody having a different opinion, different thought process. But when you're attacking me needlessly, that's just ignorance. I just don't have time for it. You should be able to state your thoughts and opinions without attacking me. That's ignorance. Anyway, I'm out of here. It's 10:30 in the morning. I gotta eat my oatmeal. I gotta go to the barber shop. I need to go by the bank. I need to make some money today. So I'm paying damn bills today. This damn building showed up over here for the damn liposuction surgery. Anyway, well, back to the real world. Today is Friday, November 10th. The year is 2017. I look forward to reading you all's comments. And I don't know why my video about my YouTube thing, YouTube is some of the videos have been uploading too short. So I'm gonna make sure this one is uploaded correctly. Anyway, I'm out of here. Enjoy your Friday.